Oh my god, this isn't good. Hello guys, so we're off on an adventure. So this is our first big trip in the van and we're heading to France. So we're going through the Eurotunnel tomorrow, super early, and yeah, we're gonna travel around France and Switzerland as well. So we're so excited. I've always wanted to go to Switzerland. It's always been on my list and finally we're going, so yay! It looks absolutely beautiful. Haven't done any research as always, we never come prepared, so we're literally just tonight we're heading to a pub stop, and it'll be our first pub stop in the van. If you don't know about pub stops, Brit Stop. If you haven't heard of Brit Stops, it's a scheme you can pay for where you'll receive a book and access to an app that lists over 1,100 pub hosts that will allow you to park up and stay on their land for the night in exchange for some custom. So we had a nice evening at the Valiant Sailor and a good first day inside the van. Ben volunteered to sleep on the floor as we have not yet finished our bed conversion. We woke up early and headed to the Eurotunnel to start the first leg of our exciting journey. So we're at the service station. We're going to try French coffee for the first time. I hope it's good. Come on, good coffee. We're coffee snobs, aren't we, really?
I don't know if it's...
So we've got our coffees.
Look at this, look inside.
And it looks really good. Look at that. That looks really
It's out
nice.
of the machine, that as well.
Is that the machine? Oh, rubbish. We don't like machine coffee. Snob. And panachoca. Oh, yeah. It's not like a freshly made one by the looks of it. It's a packet one, but
been a bit rubbish.
Yeah, no, it's not rubbish.
No,
so now the plan is we're actually going to head on to Bune. I think it's pronounced Bune. I don't know. Forgive my pronunciation, but we're going to head to Bune, which is about 5-hour drive, so it's quite a long journey, and it looks like a really, really cute little French town, because I don't think it doesn't look like there's too much between Calais and between Annecy. So yeah, we thought rather than just wasting time just like skipping around places that are just kind of okay, we thought we'll just smash out the journey, go to Bune, see what there is to do there, and then yeah, it looks like everything's absolutely beautiful over that side, so yeah. Observations so far on France and driving around France. Oh my god, it's expensive. So we went on a toll road and it cost us 35 euros. Crazy. So we just filled up with diesel and that cost us another 175. So yeah, we are getting through the money already. And so far all we've done is drive, but it's fine. We're on holiday. You know, if you are thinking of coming to France, maybe avoid the tolls and just avoid driving in general. I'm only joking, it's actually been fine, but yeah, it's just obviously quite expensive. We've got 2 hours 40 minutes left of our journey and then we'll be there, so yeah, I'm excited to get there now. Oh, there was just a massive strike of lightning. It hit one of the pylons, this one here.
Yeah.
That was crazy. It was a massive flash. Ben's just busy driving on the wrong side of the road. Takes some getting used to. So we had a little walk around Bjorn and got lost, and yeah, it's a really cute little town. I don't think there's too much to do there by the looks of it. We weren't planning to spend too much time there anyway, so didn't really explore too much. But there's some cute little bars. It has a really nice French feel because obviously it is French, and yeah, it just feels like a typical cute French town. So yeah, it was really, really cute. Got a little magnet for my fridge because that's what I'm doing everywhere we go. I get a little magnet, so I'm going to add that later. It's really cute. So yeah. We're now heading towards the campsite. We're just hoping that they actually have room for us because we're struggling to book on the Axie app that we have, which is like a discounted out of season camping site. So yeah, we're struggling to book, and we don't know if it's because you can't book the day of, you have to book in advance, or if they're fully booked. We've tried to call in a couple of times but had no luck. So we're just going to turn up and hopefully they have some room for us. So there was space for us at the campsite and we had a lovely stay there. The weather was beautiful and it was really nice and peaceful. We sat on the deck and overlooking the vineyards drinking wine. We had an early night with a plan to wake up early and then head to Switzerland. Good morning, we're back on the road again, and today is basically going to be another travel day. So yeah, yesterday and today aren't going to be very exciting to watch back. But we've decided, we made a decision last night, we're going to head to Switzerland already, just because looking at the routes and the things we want to do, it makes most sense to go in Switzerland, get that part done, and then we can carry on travelling around France. So yeah, we're on our way currently to the Switzerland border, 3-hour drive, and then hopefully that's nice and quick, we get through, and then I don't know how much further, but we are headed to so yeah, we are aiming for Lucerne today, and then the plan would be to then travel down back towards France through all the scenic mountain routes. Is that correct?
Yeah, to Chamonix.
To Chamonix.
Continue onto E25, E60, then take exit to Basel Campervan. Raymond, then turn left onto Hallweiler Weg.
Well, that was stressful driving through the city centre and trying to find a car parking spot. It kept taking us all around because there's loads of car parks, but we won't fit into them because we're quite tall with the tent box on. So yeah, that was stressful for Ben. So after food, we are going to explore, and it actually looks so pretty, and there's little paddle boats. So Ben, can we please go on a paddle boat?
We'll see if you're good.
I'm going to go on a paddle boat. Oh my god, we found the most amazing spot and I'm so excited. It was only 15 francs a night.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Whatever that is, and yeah, we only had 30 and 50, but we had £1.50, so hopefully they don't kick us out because it was just like a little Dropbox thing. So yeah, so excited. Oh, it's gonna be so nice spending the night here. Gonna have a glass of wine and I'll show you the views out the back door. So we're on the road again, but today's the first day where we're not driving too far. We are heading around 40 minutes to Gelmasi Hiking Trail, which is a 4.5 kilometre moderate hike.
When I put it in gear and I move forward, it won't move. There's just like a noise, I can't even explain the noise, like a grinding type noise, and it just won't move.
We're at breaking points. Well, / I'm broken, Ben's.
Turn it round. Just turn the camera around.
Having a good time. Why did you choose to break down in Switzerland of all places?
Ask that big white thing behind you.
3 hours later.
Why didn't it just drove fast? It'd be raging. Woo!
Oh, just kill the ladybird.
It's not gonna like going up the ramp either, is it? That sounds better.
Why were we
I would have brought you to our headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the time that's a damage which takes a long time to fix. Most likely a long time to fix, and is expensive. So most of the time the owners want their car brought back to their country to get it fixed there.
Right.
Okay, so quick update. We've now been towed all the way back to the depot, which is about 40 minutes, not too far. And the guys kind of driven the van a little bit to try and give it some tests and recreate the issue. So he thinks it is a couple of, what is it?
Bearings.
Couple of bearings that have broken in the gearbox, which that's not too expensive to replace the bearings, but the work to have it done is very expensive apparently. So it's Sunday, so no garages are open to give us the full diagnostics and let us know if they can actually do it. So tonight we're kind of chipping in with our insurance company for a hotel for the night, and tomorrow we'll just kind of reevaluate what the situation is. So yeah, it could be worse. Definitely could be worse.
We don't know what it is yet,
but it could be better, because I think for me, I'm just more bothered that our trip's on hold. We were on our way to do a really nice hike, and now we're back to where we were yesterday, and we've kind of seen it.
As part of our insurance company is going to try and search for a garage to do the work, and if it's possible to be done within 3 days, then they will have it done. If it's not, then it sounds like it'll be towed back to England. Yeah,
so there's no choice in the matter. If they can do it within 3 days, we get it done. We have to pay for it, fine. If they can't do it within 3 days, again, no choice. The insurance company will pay to have it towed all the way back to England. So if that's the case, which it doesn't sound like it's going to be, but if that's the case, I feel like that's probably the best scenario, because then we can just pack up bags, get a hire car, and just do, like, I don't know, some time in Switzerland. We can even see what we want to do after that, if we want to go to France or if we just want to do Switzerland and fly home. But yeah, our poor little home on wheels isn't very well. It's a bright mess at the moment. Hello, so we're at the hotel now and we're in better spirits.
I was always.
Ben was always all right, as he keeps pointing out, but I was not very happy. So we're here now and just need to make the most of our time, really. I think we're going to find if there's like a little jazz cruise or something to do for dinner tonight. So it's a free.
So random.
I know, but I like stuff like that. If there's a boat, I'm on it, really.
Think about in context, a jazz cruise. It has to be jazz music. It has to be
okay, a little music boat,
food
cruise, ship. I don't know. We want to go for dinner and drinks on a boat.
I really want to go for a brass band on a train.
Will we find it though? I don't know. We'll have a look. And then tomorrow.
And
then tomorrow we're going to look for a really good day activity.
Yeah, we're going to do paragliding on a plane.
Because we know for sure we're definitely not getting the van back at least like in the day. So yeah, we'll try and find something fun to fill our day. So yeah, we're just a bit of a different holiday now, hotel stop, but we're here. The staff are nice. Breakfast included and
free transport.
Oh yeah, it is a nice view. Nice mountain views.
Free transport into the...
So we're heading out to Lucerne.
Lucerne.
It's quite a quick bus journey
Number
apparently.
two,
Oh no, we've just missed it. It's only every 15 minutes, so isn't it?
That's what it is.
So we'll just wait for the next one. Just saying we never realised we'd be back so soon.
I love it here. Should we move here?
I do love it here. It's really nice.
Maybe you jinxed us.
Yeah, I did say yesterday I wanted to stay here for a long time, so I got my move.
Cloves and honey melons dominate the scent, keeps the palate. It is a smaller bottle, isn't it? Saying that though, that might do, you know.
Yeah? You want to go for that? Because it's cheap.
Cheap and cheerful. I think that's for the...
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to sit there.
You want to sit on the wall? Let's sit on the wall.
Yeah. Oh my god, isn't it mad to think they're going to get massive?
Is that like the protected dad?
Yeah, he's like, come near my babies, I kill you. We find ourselves in a spot of rain, don't we?
There's poo on this.
What?
Looks like there's a bit of poo.
Right, I'm going to start that again.
No, no. That's...
So we find ourselves in a bit of rain.
I think it's stopping.
Yeah, I hope so.
No.
We were sat here and it was lovely. Now it's raining. Everybody's just fled.
Everyone's waiting. Can you see them all over there underneath the little cover?
Yeah.
Can you see them all?
Oh, it's because it's good atmosphere. Lovely.
I found like the cheapest stuff possible. 4 carrots. What I believe water.
You've been caught out too many times before.
Carbonated. That means it's gassy, right?
I think so. You happy?
I don't know. How much do you watch this? Video this? Coal sail.
Just go for it, let's just risk it.
It's like spot the tourists then. We walked in getting stuff and we didn't have a clue at... We should have done what Karen said in terms of...
What did I say?
In terms of like going to a cashier.
Oh yeah, I know.
We've got to self-checkout and try and figure everything out.
How much did it come to?
I think it's about £8.
That's not too bad really. We did go for the cheapest looking things.
Yeah, 2 bananas, bit of dust.
So after grabbing a bag of cheap snacks and water, we went off to explore Lausanne. So our new hopes now, Ben's just spoken to the insurance company and they're not really helpful. Basically it's like 1 PM now and it sounds like they haven't even found the garage yet. So we might be waiting for the van for quite some time. So now our new focus is just really trying to get that hire car and get into the mountains. So hopefully we can do that today because I'd like to go for a hike tomorrow. After a lot of waiting around, we finally managed to get a car through the insurance company. We decided to collect some belongings from the van and then head towards the mountains once again. It's just been a bit of a nightmare trip so far, to be honest. I feel like we haven't just been able to properly enjoy ourselves. Obviously we've been able to explore slightly today, which was nice. Between all the trying to get hold of the insurance company, but it's just been constant issues. And then when we finally did get the car, it decided to start absolutely chucking it down with rain. So the journey was then really stressful trying to get around the city, especially because obviously we're not used to driving on this side of the road and the steering wheel on the other side of the car. Yeah, just nightmare so far. I'm really hoping that's the end of our bad luck now. Obviously, yeah, the big bill's going to come in for the van. We're prepared for that. Hopefully it's not going to be too excessive. I have no idea what to expect. I'm hoping no more than like 1,500, but we really don't know. So yeah, we'll wait and see for that. But hopefully in terms of getting to enjoy our trip, we get to enjoy it now. I hope for some nice weather tomorrow to go and see some nice views, hike the mountain, and yeah, just hopefully get to enjoy ourselves. So this is our hotel. It's cute. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But it's cute. Family and hotel tourist. But it's surrounded by the mountains. It's really cute. We had a nice night in the hotel and had some drinks downstairs and overlooked all the mountain views, which were really beautiful. It's been raining all night, but we thought it was really torrential rain, but we've just realised it's actually the stream that we could hear, so it's actually not as loud as we were thinking, and it's not as bad. So we're now heading to do Gelmissy hike, and yeah, we've got waterproof, so trying not to get wet. Getting on all the waterproofs. A little matching waterproof gear. Ready for this rubbishy weather. But it's not going to stop us. Today nothing's going to stop us. We've wasted enough time on this trip, and yeah, we're going to go and see some hopefully nice views if the visibility allows it. It's just a little bit of clouds at the top of the mountains blocking some of the view. But we're going to do our best, and we're going to stay optimistic today. So, yeah. Just about. So the good thing is, I would say this hike is a really nice hike, to be fair. It's, I'd say it's definitely moderate, as described on Google as well. Not too hard, and it's quite nice. It's quite accessible. There's all the steps and everything that's been kind of carved out, or however it's created, stone steps to get up, which makes it quite fairly easy. So yeah, on a clear day, I'd say this would be a really, really nice hike. I guess the good thing about it raining is we're not getting overly hot. Yeah, I don't think we're too far away now. It's only taken us, I'd say, probably about 45 minutes so far, do you reckon? So not too far, and I think we're nearly there. So hopefully we get to see a nice lake out of all of this. Well, we're here at the lake now, and on a sunny day, this would have been absolutely unreal. It looks stunning. It still looks stunning even though we can't quite see all the mountains in the distance. But I'll show you what we can see. So we headed to Reichenbach Falls, which is really beautiful, but our exploring came to quite an abrupt end when we received a call from our insurance company with some unfortunate news about the van. The worst case scenario was confirmed, as we were informed that the full gearbox had blown and would need to be fully replaced, and the work to be carried out would cost 7.5 thousand francs, which is around £6,500. The work would also take around a week to complete. We made the decision to head back to Lucerne, wrap up the trip and try to arrange a flight home. So it's a couple of days after I last reported, and the reason I haven't been speaking for the past couple of days is the worst case scenario has happened, and honestly I've just felt really depressed. Oh, you've got to laugh, haven't you? You're crying.
We've done a mixture of the two, haven't you?
Well, mainly cried. So now what we're having to do is hopefully get the van shipped back to the UK by our insurance company. Luckily we have insurance, so all of this could have been a million times worse. It's not the worst case scenario when you factor that in. But yeah, so we're now having to get the van towed all the way back home. It's going to take a week before we even know for sure that our insurance will cover that, because it needs to go through the approval process. So yeah, then we've had to faff around trying to get our flight sorted again through the insurance company. I can't even count how many times Ben's been on the phone because they haven't been calling us. So yeah, we've been faffing around the past couple of days just trying to get stuff organised. So we do now have a flight booked, which is for tomorrow night, and it's quite a late flight, so we have the rest of today and tomorrow, and I think now we're just on a mission to actually just make sure we enjoy this last little bit of Switzerland. We will definitely come back. This has been a bad experience, but Switzerland's always been on my list, and this has not put me off because the people here are so nice. Yeah. We've had such good positive experiences with everybody. Everybody's so helpful, so friendly. An absolutely stunning country, and that's what I found the hardest, is I just haven't been able to just go off and enjoy it. We've just been stressed and just trying to call so many calls, so much faffing, so much trying to organise, so much unknown. Like, we haven't known up until now what the plan's even going to be. So finally we're all packed up, we're organised, we're heading to Geneva, and there's no more having to call around, hopefully no more stress and uncertainty. So we're going to make sure that we enjoy our last night and day in Geneva, so we can at least say we've done something while we've been here. But yeah, not how we expected this trip to go at all. Like, this is the complete opposite, and it's been a disaster, but we're heading home, onwards and upwards. I'm sure we have plenty more experiences to come in Mel, the camper van. So yeah, it's not the end. Morning. So it's our last day today, and yeah, I'm sad to be leaving now. It's absolutely beautiful here and the weather's so nice. So yeah, we're just going to go and make the most of today. Our flight's not till 9:30, so we've got the whole day ahead of us, and yeah, we're definitely going to go and enjoy it. So it's now around 7 months later, and it's taken a lot longer to do this video than we planned. We were planning to do a month later update, but it's 7 months later and we're just getting around to this. But the good news is the van is all up and running, and we've had lots of trips since. So yeah, back on the road again.
So yes, I guess I wanted to share some of the I guess I wanted to share probably the main things that anybody wanted to know about if driving to Europe in your van. So we're insured via Adrian Flux. And I believe when you get over to, well, I believe Adrian Flux is underwritten by AXA insurance, I believe. I wasn't aware of that at the time until we actually had to call and start to arrange things. So we just made a list of costs that are associated with breaking down in another country. And bear in mind that everything we're going to share now, I'm just looking through the list, apart from the last thing, which is the gearbox and the new clutch, which we had to pay for, everything else that I'm going to list now was thankfully covered by our insurer. Now, obviously, bear in mind there is excess, so we had to pay little bits over, but we'll sort of cover that off, and you can use your own mind to understand what that additional cost may be. So the first part was the tow from the roadside to the breakdown depot. That tow, I believe we broke down on a Sunday, I think, so it was weekend rates as well. But that first initial tow, and all this is going to be in pounds as well, we've converted it. That first initial tow was £550, and that was just a fee to get us from the roadside, picked up and taken back to the tow depot. So yeah, £550 was the first point. Next was the tow from the depot to the garage, and that was £250. I believe in terms of duration of like drive and things like that, I don't think it was any more than like a 10-15 minute drive away, and it cost £250. But yeah, I guess that's Switzerland for you. And then for them to do the diagnostic work was £180. So yeah, just to even try and look at the problem. And I believe that diagnostic that they carried out wasn't anything in depth. I think it was just sort of an overview. And I mean, I don't know, I'm not a mechanic, but I think it was more just looking at trying to figure out what the actual issue was without pulling anything apart. Then after that, not after that, whilst we had the van there, every day we were being charged £20 for storage fees to keep it on their site. So yeah, another cost. Now everything I've listed so far, we haven't had to pay for. It's all come out through the insurance. So again, really grateful for that. I'm very lucky that we got the Europe cover that we did. And then because we were broken down and we didn't have a second vehicle and we were in a different country, we had an allocation of up to £70 per day, and that was towards either a hotel stay or a car rental. So as you probably see in the video, we made use of both. So yeah, we had obviously a day or two in a hotel through the that £70 per day, and then we also used it to drive up into the mountains as well and make use of the car hire. Now obviously for both we had to pay towards it. We didn't actually hit the £70 mark, it always went over, so we had to contribute the rest to that, but obviously it definitely helped at the time. And then we're very lucky again through the insurance that they actually covered us to fly home as well. We were on a very tight deadline. And another part that we were covered for through the insurance, thankfully, was up to £200 each in terms of flights to get home. During the time we had to get home quite quickly, and we were just lucky enough that the insurance company covered us. So in terms of like itinerary and things like that, like I say, it was up to £200 each, and that covered our baggage as well to get home. And that took us into, I believe we flew from Geneva and landed into London Heathrow. And then on the other side, again, as covered per day, we were able to pick up a hire car, and we drove that all the way home from London to our house. And yeah, just another really good benefit really of the insurance.
And that was handy as well, because they actually, we drove the hire car home, and then the insurance companies came and collected it from our door. So yeah, we didn't have to drop it anywhere, which is good. Yeah,
very helpful, especially getting home at like 1 AM and not having to drive it somewhere else the next day. They just came and picked it up, which was really good. And then the two big costs, so getting the van home from Switzerland back to the UK to get the work done. A lot of humming and ahhing. At one point they were saying, oh, your van may need to be scrapped if it doesn't meet a certain value. And obviously the amount of time and money and effort we've put in, it actually broke us both a little bit to hear those words. But we were lucky enough that we met the criteria to actually get the van home and covered. So to take the van from Switzerland to the UK, it was a total cost of £3,200. Now again, that was covered under our insurance, so we didn't have to pay anything for that, which again is amazing.
And what was quite funny about that was we had an Apple chip in the tent box, so we were able to track the whole journey home and see where the van was. So yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the company that we used, I cannot remember the name of it, but the driver that brought it home, constantly on the phone to us, ringing us and letting us know and arranging where to go. But he, as we were following him through Europe, he flew. Like, he had to pick up other cars as well along the way, but yeah, he flew, and I think we got it back within a week.
Yeah, I think it was about 10 days.
Is that what it was? Yeah, so very good. So yeah, so 3,200 for that, and again, very lucky we didn't have to pay for anything. So yeah, amazing. And then the final thing is the only thing that we had to pay for, apart from any additional costs on top of that, was the gearbox and a new clutch. So when we got it home, we had the garage take it apart, and yeah, they evidently said that the gearbox had gone, and also they wanted to fix the gearbox and then fit it back into the van and put a new clutch in as well, and that cost us £2,500. And yeah, like I said, that's the only thing that we had to pay for.
And that was quite a good discounted rate actually, because it was Ben's cousin who did the work. So yeah, that was cheaper than it would have been otherwise. And as we mentioned before, if we had the work completed in Switzerland, it was going to cost us, I think it was around 7,000 English pounds. Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot cheaper to bring the van back home.
Yeah. So I think in all, if you are to do any trips in Europe, get cover. So all in all, if you're going to do a trip into Europe or go around Europe in your van, I would highly recommend getting insurance. I'm always quite careful when I do things, well, most of the time, and I always try to get cover. And yeah, just so grateful that we got the cover that we did through Adrian Flux. I think for us, I think we pay something like £90 a month with the added on insurance. I think there's like two options. You can have like 365-day cover or half of that. We went for half of that just because of obviously the unfortunates of us leaving Europe and not being able to use it as much due to being like Schengen region and things like that. But it was in the end, it was an absolute lifesaver. Unknown territory at the beginning when we broke down and we were just calling and not really getting much response. But then as the wheels took motion, we were covered, and we did have to keep calling to get updates. But I think for the money that we saved and the help that we got, I'm happy to take that. So yeah.
Yeah, so out of all of them costs, obviously, as we've gone down the list, we've mentioned what we covered ourselves. But just back to the hotel stays and the hire car, there was costs for us involved with them. I think the hotels, we went for the cheapest hotels because we weren't really budgeting for that on our trip, and obviously the trip was already going to be so expensive because of what went wrong. I think the hotels we got for reasonable prices, like just over £100. And the hire car, I think we had to pay about $250 to $300 in the end. It wasn't that cheap. So that was quite expensive for a few days of the hire car. And then on top of that, there was all of the costs for eating out. Obviously in Switzerland, one of the most expensive places in Europe. And we were planning to just cook food in the van, but suddenly we were having to pay to eat meals out, and we were drinking our sorrows, weren't we? Yeah. So that was them expensive. And then on top of that, we actually had to go and buy suitcases to pack up our van to travel home, because obviously we didn't come with suitcases. But Ben got onto Facebook Marketplace, didn't you? Or something like that.
Yeah. I think we got a case for like
about £50. So yeah, to summarise, get insurance. And we're so thankful that the van's back on the road, and we're definitely making the most of it. We've had lots of different trips since, and lots more to come. So yeah, thanks for watching.